Good morning and Jai Hind children. I welcome you all in today's live class of biology. Children, we are discussing the chapter respiration. Is it? And in previous class, I have explained you the answers of book exercise A. So I hope that you understood all the answers of that exercise. Okay? Now today I'm going to explain the answers of book exercise B, and it is very short answer questions. Children, here you have to write the answer in one word only. Alright. So, the book exercise B. And the question number 1 is, give one word for the process of release of energy by oxidation of food. Children, understood that the process of release of energy by oxidation of food. So what is the name of that process? Yes, it is cellular respiration. Understood? The name of the process of release of energy by oxidation of food is cellular respiration. Now, the question number 2 is, name the flap that closes the windpipe when you swallow food. So at the time of swallowing food, the windpipe get covered by a lid-like structure, a flap-like structure. And the name of that flap-like structure is epiglottis. Alright children? Epiglottis. Now, the question number 3. Which muscular part of the body present in the chest cavity that help air to be breathed in and out? Children, understood the question? Here you have to write the name of the muscles which are present in the chest cavity. And this muscle help to, yes, air to be breathed in and out. So that muscular part of chest cavity is diaphragm. Okay. Now the question number 4. Taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is called. Understood, children? Here the two spaces, blank spaces are given in the question. Taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is called breathing. Or it is also called, yes, respiration. So taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide is called breathing or external respiration. Get it? Breathing or external respiration. Understood, children? Now, come to the next question number 5. Okay. And the question is, name the pores in the stems and leaves of the plants through which exchange of gases takes place. Children, you already have studied about that on surface of leaves and the green stems, very small pores are present by which the gases can be exchanged, and the name of these pores are stomata. Okay. Now the question number 6, and the question is, in amoeba the exchange of gases occurs by through the cell membrane. So here you have to write the name of process by which exchange of gases occurs in amoeba, and the name of the process is diffusion. Alright children, in amoeba the exchange of gases occurs by diffusion through the cell membrane. Okay, now the question number 7, and the question is, exchange of gases in fishes occurs through gills, true or false? So children, you have to write that the given statement is either true or false, that in fishes exchange of gases occurs through the gills. Okay, so the statement is true. Okay, because the fishes have gills, and through this gills they can exchange the gases. Okay, the oxygen which is dissolved in water can be absorbed and the carbon dioxide can be removed out from the body. Understood? So the statement is true. Now, the question number 8. And the question is, during cellular respiration, the sugar molecules in food are, yes, to form carbon dioxide and water. So here you have to fill the space that when cellular respiration takes place, the sugar molecules which are present in food are, yes, oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water. So you have to fill the word oxidized. Okay. Now the question number 9. And the question is, respiration without oxygen is called aerobic respiration. True or false? So children, once again think about the statement, respiration without oxygen is called aerobic respiration. The statement is false because, yes, the respiration without oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. Okay, and respiration with oxygen is called aerobic respiration. So this statement is false. Now the question number 10 is, trace the path of oxygen in humans during respiration by filling in the blanks with main organs of the respiratory system. Alright children, here the different names of organ of respiratory system is given and some spaces are blank. So you have to fill that blank spaces. Get it? So the sequence of the organs are given as nostrils, and nasal cavity. Okay. After that, the oxygen or the air reaches to trachea. So here you will fill the organ trachea. Okay. Now after the trachea, the air reaches to, yes, bronchi. So you will fill the word bronchi in the second space. And after the bronchi, yes, it reaches to lungs, which is already given there. After that, again a blank space is there. So after the lungs, yes, the oxygen reaches to blood vessels. Okay, so you will fill the word blood vessels. Okay, and from blood vessels, the oxygen goes to the blood cells. So you will fill the word blood there. Cells are already given. So this one is the sequence, okay, in humans by which the oxygen flow during the respiration. Get it, children? Now the question number 11. And the question is the substance present in blood which transports oxygen is. Here you have to write the name of the substance which is present in our blood. And this is, yes, responsible to transport the oxygen. So the name of the substance is hemoglobin. Okay, children? So these all are the answers of very short question. And children, you have to write these answer, these one word answer in your book only. No need to write it in notebook. Alright. Now come to the next exercise, that is exercise C. Short answer questions. And in short answer questions, you will write the answer in one sentence or two sentences. Alright. And the question number one is, what is oxidation? Children, you have to write the definition of oxidation. That so the reaction of any substance with oxygen is known as oxidation. Okay, what is oxidation? The reaction of any substance with oxygen is known as oxidation. Understood? Now the question number two: why should we not overwater potted plants? Okay, children, we not have to give more water in our potted plants. So the reason is there, we should not overwater potted plants as the water replaces the air in the soil and the roots cannot breathe. This is why we should not overwater our potted plant. If we overwater the potted plant, then what will happen? Yes, the oxygen or the air which is present in the soil, they will gets finished, and the breathe that roots of the plants are not able to breathe in the absence of air or oxygen. Okay, now come to the next question number 3. And the question is, what do you mean by the stomatal apparatus? Okay, children, stomatal apparatus. So, the stomata, along with its nearby guard cells and other cells, are called the stomatal apparatus. Okay, stomatal apparatus are what? It is the, yes, the stomata, its guard cell, and some nearby cells. They are together known as stomatal apparatus. Okay, now the question number 4. And the question is, what are the main organs of respiratory system? Children, here you have to write down only the names of respiratory systems. Get it? So the main organs of respiratory system in human beings are, the first one, nostrils. Second one, yes, pharynx or throat cavity. This is the second organ. The third organ is trachea or windpipe. And the fourth organ is bronchus. Okay. Next one is bronchioles in the lungs. And the next one, alveoli in also lungs. And the last one is diaphragm. So these all are the main organs of respiratory system in human beings. Get it, children? Nostrils, pharynx or throat cavity, trachea or windpipe, then bronchus, then bronchioles in the lungs, and alveoli in the lungs, and also the diaphragm. Get it? Now come to the next question number 5. And the question is, what happens during cellular respiration? So, children, you know very well, during cellular respiration, the sugar molecules in food are oxidized to form carbon dioxide and water, and energy is given out. Alright? And the reaction which involve is the sugar molecules C6H12O6. This is the formula of sugar molecule, or say glucose. When it reacts with oxygen, alright, then it forms carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Alright, children? So this one is glucose or sugar molecule, oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Now this equation is not balanced right now, and you know very well how to balance the chemical equations. So to balance them, we will increase the number of molecules of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water. Okay, now this equation is balanced. So the one molecule of glucose reacts with 6 molecules of oxygen to form 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and energy. Get it, children? Now come to the next question number 6. And the question is, why does the breathing becomes faster while doing exercise? Children, you must have feel that the rate of breathing becomes faster at the time of doing exercise. So while doing exercise, a person needs extra energy, and so the breathing becomes faster, supplying more oxygen, thus releasing more energy. Get it? So this is the reason that breathing becomes faster while doing exercise. Alright? Now the question number 7. And the question is, what chemical reaction occurs during anaerobic respiration in yeast? Children, there are two types of respiration that we have discussed: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Alright? Anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of oxygen. So here, the chemical reaction that occurs during anaerobic reaction in yeast is that during anaerobic respiration in yeast, glucose is broken into alcohol and carbon dioxide and release energy. Get it? What is the chemical reaction? The glucose breaks into alcohol and carbon dioxide and release the energy. Alright. Now come to the next question number 8. And the question is, an athlete suffers from muscular cramps while running a race. How can you help him overcome the cramps? Children first understood the question. An athlete suffer from muscular cramps, muscular pain while running a race. So how we can overcome this problem of the athlete? So the athlete can overcome the cramps by massaging the affected part or by taking a hot bath. Okay. So by massaging or taking a hot bath, the effect of the acid which produces at the time of running a race is get, yes, overcome, and the athlete feel relief. Get it? So these all are the short answer questions, and I hope that you understood the answers of these all questions. Alright children, now after this I'm going to discuss the next exercise of the book, that is long answer question. Okay children. And the question number 1 is, name and explain in one sentence each the two main processes of respiration. Get it? There are two processes involved in respiration. So you have to write the name of those processes in one sentence. Get it? So the two main processes of respiration are, the first one, external respiration or breathing. Okay, so the external respiration or breathing, that is taking in air rich in oxygen, which is known as inhalation, and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide, which is known as exhalation. Okay, so this process is termed as external respiration or breathing. And the second process is internal respiration or cellular respiration. And this is using oxygen to break down food to release energy. And the internal respiration occurs in the body cells. Alright children, so this is the second process of respiration, that is internal respiration or cellular respiration. Alright, now come to the question number 2. And the question is, how does exchange of gases occurs in the feces and cockroach? So one by one you have to explain how these animals, that fish and cockroach, exchange the gases. So come to the first, fishes. As you know that fishes use gills for exchange of gases. Is it? And the gills are made up of a large numbers of filaments and richly supplied with thin blood veins, which are called capillaries. So as the water enters through the mouth, it flows over the gills, and the blood in the capillaries absorbs oxygen and give out carbon dioxide through its walls. Okay, so the gases get exchanged from the gills in feces. Now the second one is cockroach. So the cockroaches have openings which are called spiracles on their bodies. Alright, and the air enters through these openings and reaches all parts of the body through the respiratory tubes which are called trachea, and their branches are called tracheoles. Alright, children. So in cockroaches, how the exchange of gases takes place? It takes place through the, yes, the holes which are present on the body, and these openings are the holes are known as, yes, trachea, and the trachea divided into tracheoles. All right. Now come to the question number 3, and the question is, how do the nostrils contribute to the process of breathing? Children, here you have to write the importance of nostril in process of breathing. Okay, the air around us, as you know that it is impure, and our lungs require air which is moist, warm and clean. Okay, as the air we breathe in, it passes through the nostrils and it is moistened by the slimy mucus which is present in the nose. Now the air gets moist. The mucus is secreted by the inner lining of the nose, and the air becomes warm by the blood circulating in the nose. Okay, how the blood gets warm? Because of, yes, circulation of blood, and this makes the air warm. And the mucus and the hair which are present inside the nose, they trap dirt and dust particles and also the disease causing germs and prevent them from entering the respiratory system. Get it? So these are the importance of the nostrils in the process of breathing. It helps to moist the air, it helps to warm and clean the air, and also prevent our respiratory system from the, yes, disease causing germs, dust particles and the dirt. Alright, now come to the next question number 4. And the question is, draw a level diagram of the apparatus you will use to show that heat is produced during respiration in seats, and why are the two flasks used in the experiment. Understood, children? We have to explain that, yes, the heat is produced during the process of respiration in seeds. And the two flasks are used in the experiment. So you have to write the reason that why two flasks are used. Get it? So remember, we have explained this activity in which the two flasks are used, flask A and flask B. Get it? So the diagram will be, this one is flask A. This is flask B. Now we invert them after putting the seeds in it. Okay, so in flask A, we will take the seeds which are not boiled, just only soak in water for whole night, and after that we'll put the seeds inside it. And at the mouth of the flask, we will put some moist cotton. So these are the germinating seeds. And in flask B, we will take boiled seeds. And also will put some cotton at the mouth of the flask. So these are boiled seed. Now we'll insert thermometers in both the flasks. Okay, children? So these germinating seeds will respire, and as a result they will produce heat, so that the thermometer will measure that, show that the temperature inside the flask A is more as compared to the temperature inside the flask B, because in flask B boiled seeds are there and the boiled seeds cannot respire, and when the respiration process will not occurs in flask B, so the temperature will not get increased. Get it? So this is the activity that we can show, yes, the heat produced during the respiration in seeds. Get it, children? So this diagram you have to write there. And the reason for taking these two flasks is, yes, because the two types of seeds were taken in them. Flask A contains germinating seeds and the flask B contains boiled seeds. Okay, so we can see clearly the difference in temperature in both the thermometers. Get it? Now, come to the next question number 5. And the question is, what happens to the air breathed in once it reaches the lungs? Good, children, the meaning of the question, what happens to the air breathed in once it reaches to the lungs? Get it? So you can say that the air we breathe in eventually reaches the tiny sacs, which are called alveoli, and through the bronchus and its smaller branches, which are called bronchioles, and the sacs are surrounded by blood vessels. The oxygen which are present in the air we breathe in goes into the blood contained in blood vessels, and the carbon dioxide present in the blood passes out of the blood into the air sacs, and thus the exchange of gases takes place in the lungs. Get it? So oxygen breathed in and carbon dioxide breathed out, and this exchange takes place where? In the lungs. Okay, so I hope that you understood these all answers. Rest of the answers I will explain in next class. Thank you and have a nice day, children.